Greetings everyone, I'm Yosho and whoops, I've been put on a kill list. But why? No one's given me a reason to be on this kill list. What could I have possibly done to make me go on this list of people who are going to get killed? Oh, it looks like the police just sent me an email. Dear Hunter, you are officially going to jail because you have illegally downloaded a ROM of Powerpuff Girls Bad Mojo Jojo. So you're probably curious of what a ROM is and what emulation is and how it works. Well, the good news is I still have a few minutes for the police to get here, so I think we should talk about it. Emulation is simple, but also not so simple at the same time. Emulating a game allows you to play a game from almost any console. So you're telling me that I can play any game I want on my computer, including Game Boy, Game Boy Advance, and Nintendo 64? Why do I even still own you? So what does that exactly mean? Well, imagine it this way. You see an N64 game that you really want to play, maybe Conker's Bad Fur Day or Pokemon Stadium, but you don't want to spend a whopping $200 on a single copy. So what do? You emulate it. I suppose it would probably be best to explain what that truly means. Emulation is where you go online and download a usually illegal ROM of said game that you want. Next, you'll have to download an actual emulator. An emulator is basically an online downloadable version of any gaming console you want. N64, Game Boy, Game Boy Advance, Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance SP, even though there's not much difference there. You can play all of these at your fingertips as long as you have a decent laptop or a good computer. Oh shit, well it looks like the local law enforcement is here, so I think I have an idea. I'm gonna piss my pants. No, that doesn't sound right. I'm gonna go hide. They won't be able to find me down here. I know they won't. Oh, they won't be able to find me. But where exactly is here, you might ask? My garage. In my opinion, emulators are an important part of gaming. They allow a younger generation to experience older games. I remember the times where I wanted nothing but to play Conker's Bad Fur Day, Banjo-Kazooie, and Tooie, Earthbound, Pokemon Emerald, and so many more games that I definitely wouldn't have ended up getting invested in if it weren't through the help of an emulator. I discovered the existence of emulators about 5 years ago when I was just 10 years old. It changed so much for me. The first thing I did was download and play Pokemon Emerald on the Visual Boy Advance. This leads me to the next topic. What emulators are the best ones to use? First up is Dolphin. Dolphin is a very, very powerful emulator that allows you to play both GameCube and Wii games. Unfortunately, you need a very powerful computer to run it, but if you get the right hardware, then Dolphin is for you. It's also great because many people would get to play GameCube games for the first time. I can't tell you how many friends I have who have never played games like Super Smash Bros. Melee, Super Mario Sunshine, Kirby Air Ride, and so many other amazing games. Same could go for Wii as well. Wii games are expensive nowadays. Rhythm Heaven Fever for $120, Fire Emblem Radiant Dawn for $160, and Dokapon Kingdom for $190. Next is Project 64, and if you couldn't guess, this is an N64 emulator. Again, this is a great way to play games that are otherwise not the easiest to obtain. Conker's Bad Fur Day, Banjo-Kazooie, or Pokemon Snap, to name a few. This emulator is accessible to almost any type of computer, laptops included. It, of course, has save and restore states so you can pause your game from anywhere, and it also, of course, has controller input options so you could even play games with any controller, an original N64 controller even. As mentioned earlier, Visual Boy Advance is a very nice one as well. Continuing the trend of what I have been saying, lots of games no one has had the chance to play are now playable. For me, it's Pokemon Emerald. I always wanted to play Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald. So when I first figured out how an emulator worked and what it was, 2015 Hunter was shocked. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. I was seeing Game Boy games on a computer, GameCube games on a computer. How does that even happen? The next emulator I want to talk about is the ZSNES. The ZSNES is, well, an SNES emulator that I am very fond of. It was the first ever emulator I figured out how to use, so therefore it holds a very special place in my heart. The ZSNES is a very well-rounded emulator. I love its UI. The starry background gives me childhood vibes, like one of those nightlights you would have. And yes, I still have that nightlight, because I'm a top-tier, undeniable pussy. I also love the font of the ZSNES. The green, almost code-like text is a nice vibe, compacted with everything you would expect from an emulator. Save state, speed up, change controls. On top of all that, you could cheat with this emulator. That's right, it had the cheat option. This is one of my favorite emulators. Thanks to it, I'm sure many people have been able to play games like Star Fox 2 and Earthbound for the first time. Sure, the SNES Classic is around now, but what would you do back in the day? Buy an SNES? I don't think so. With the type of money you'd have to spend, no way, you would be screwed. Well, you get an idea of what an emulator can do by now, but now I want to talk about ROM hacking. But first, what exactly does ROM mean? Robotic operating moose? Random object bitch? Rectangular object piss? Rat on mouse? I don't know. Whoa, how did you know that, Kerbo? Look, if I'm gonna let you mooch off me, then I'm at least gonna play your game for free. Well anyways, just like my will to live, I've been seeing less and less ROM hacks nowadays. I suppose I should probably explain what a ROM hack is anyway. A ROM hack is basically a takeover and edit type of thing for gaming. What I mean by that is, you can basically change any asset of the game and add your own. You can edit anything you want and so on. You can basically make your own game. Many amazing games have come out of this. Pokemon Flora Sky, Metroid Super Zero Mission, and the Earthbound Halloween hack. Super Mario 64 Star Road as well, and so many more. Most of these games are equal and, or dare I say, better than what Nintendo makes, and you can get them all for free, just by using an emulator and downloading the ROM. But that's where Nintendo comes to ruin all the fun. Now don't get me wrong, I love Nintendo, obviously, but they do stupid things to make everyone upset. For example, taking down ROM hacks that have had hours and hours of work put into them. That's right, a non-profit, hour after hour work of art is often taken by Nintendo for copyright because of the ROM hacking community is doing a better job at producing things than Nintendo had ever dreamed of making. And we can't forget about gaming creepypastas either. A gaming creepypasta is essentially a scary, real tale that happens within a video game. Although they are old and cheesy now, I still have some good memories with them. Luigi dying in Mario 64, the Tails doll from Sonic R coming to life if you listen to Can You Feel the Sunshine from Sonic R backwards in a dark room, and of course an all-time classic, Ben Drowned, the story of how a boy named Ben drowned and is now haunting a copy of The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. He takes the form of the statue within the game and messes with your files and screws things up. You know what? These creepypastas made bank back in the day. I bet I could make my own creepypasta, make millions, and finally have enough to buy happiness. It was a cold day. A boy named Jonathan was playing Mortal Kombat 4 for the N64 when suddenly the cartridge started to fly. Booga booga. It then called Jonathan a bitch and ran away. Bitch. No one knows where it is now, but some say it is still calling people bitches to this day. I can feel the money coming in already. So there you have it. In case it wasn't obvious, emulation is very important to the gaming community. Sure, it's not necessary, but it has brought together so many people and made them be able to play games that they wanted to play for such a long time. For me, example, Pokemon Emerald, Earthbound, Star Fox 2, so many things like that before I could get my hands on the SNES Mini. I hope this was worth listening to because... Come on with your hands up. I'm going to jail. Little do they know that I have an unhealthy obsession with gray metal bars. Hell yeah, prison!